Hello, welcome to this session. I want us to talk about different types of yoga. I just wanted to kind of give an overall view of yoga generally and what you might experience going out into the world and sampling different types of yoga. So the kind of yoga that we've been practicing is Vinyasa, or some folks might call it Hatha, but it is more Vinyasa. So really Vinyasa is movement with breath. So we've been doing a lot of that, right? Moving with breath, you know, cat and cow, inhale to lengthen, exhale to contract. So Vinyasa tends to be quite a fiery practice. It can be quite a creative practice in terms of what you end up moving into. Hatha, on the other hand, it's very similar, to be honest, but Hatha, if you go to a Hatha class, you'll end up finding yourself holding poses for longer. It's a little bit steadier. You don't move with breath as much. It is, a steadier kind of practice. Doesn't mean to say it's easy. Sometimes we do dive into a little bit of Hatha, depending on our mood here at TYR. The other types of yoga that you'll experience could be Ashtanga. You might have heard of Ashtanga. So Ashtanga is, would we say, one of the most traditional types of yoga? So Ashtanga is very much like Vinyasa. In fact, Ashtanga is the full name, Ashtanga Vinyasa. So the difference between Ashtanga and Vinyasa is that Ashtanga is a particular sequence every single time. And that sequence lasts an hour and a half. There are 3 different series 1, 2, and 3. Or is it A, B, and C? I forget. I don't practice much Ashtanga, but Ashtanga is a very strict sequence of poses. So traditionally Ashtanga is practiced early in the morning, every day except Sunday. It's very intense. So if that appeals to you, I encourage you to go and try Ashtanga. There's also hot yoga. You might have heard of hot yoga, which is, as it sounds, you practice hot yoga in a hot room, 40 degrees, 30 something degrees. Too much for me. I did my teacher training in Bali. That was enough hot for me. When your shins are sweating, you know it's pretty warm. But again, there's a lot of theory around that, in that you can go deeper in poses. Obviously, you're sweating. It's very kind of what we might call a detoxifying class. You get fit very quick. It's very challenging. But on the flip side of that, you are more prone to injuries because you're able to stretch deeper. So just something to bear in mind. And the other types of yoga I'm going to go into in a little more detail because I find them really exciting and important. One of which is restorative yoga. We'll get into that in a moment. And Superflow, which is something particular to the school of yoga that I practice called Blissology. Ian Finn, I recommend you check him out. He's a great, amazing teacher. But Superflow is an extension of Vinyasa. You might see other types of yoga as you go on your yoga journeys. So you'll hear things called yin. Yin very much is like restorative yoga. Yang being the fire, yin being the softness. And you might even see different classes called different names, but really they kind of fit within the matrix of classes that I've spoken about. So Vinyasa, Ashtanga, Hatha, yin. It's relatively, those guys are kind of the majority of the yoga that you'll see out in the world. If you have any questions on this, let me know. If you've tried any and have thoughts on them, let me know. I will see you in the next video.